What's up guys, so today I'm in Tokyo and check out this beautiful blue sky right here. So today I'm visiting this gym called B-Pump, which is situated at Tokyo Akihabara, and B-Pump is known as the hardest gym in the world, so today we are gonna check it out. So over here is the floor plan. This gym has 4 levels, which is pretty insane, and here's a grading system. So right after some warm-ups and stretching, I begin to climb my way through the grades, and right now I'm at 4Q. And the route here are definitely more technical as I would expect, and yeah, I just can't butcher my way up. So that's my first slip of the day. I think I actually hurt my shin from that, which kind of sucks. And even the ending wasn't as straightforward. I gotta do some like toe hook. But moving on to level 2, which has a different vibe here. There's like a comb wall, and I'm starting with black tape right away. But sadly, the color of the tape doesn't matter on the comb wall, so that's probably the only black tape I can climb in all B-Pump, yeah. But overall, this is quite a straightforward route, and yeah, it's quite interesting. And moving on to some coordination route over here, and I'm just trying out different variation of steps. Feel I'm getting closer, but the next handhold was really bad as well. Yeah, I hope the setter can maybe cut me some slack. But after a few attempts, I decided to move on because I do not have much time in the gym, and yeah, I'm just trying to climb as much as I can. Moving on to this 4Q orange route here. It's a really physical route filled with creams, and this one really drained a lot of my energy right off the bat, so probably not a good idea to start off with this route. And it's really amusing to see myself trying different ways and betas to tackle this route. Some of the ways are kind of weird, but it kind of works, so yeah, it's really interesting to see them. And after several grueling attempts, I finally decide to cut my loss and move on to level 3, which has a whole different vibe as well. So this one has this kind of like space sci-fi kind of vibe, which is very special. But most of the route here are lower, but they are extended more horizontally, so it's a kind of a different style right here. So here I'm trying out their overhang route. This is a 4Q yellow route which I managed to flash, and yeah, there's a lot of details to this route which I have to pay attention to, and I'm just trying to maintain my tension and not to cut loose as much as I can. But on the side note, this area was really chalky. There was a lot of chalk flying around, So this is something you have to take note as well if you have bad lungs. And another 4Q route over here, which requires a lot of body tension. And by the way, I apologize for the poor video quality. I'm not sure, was it because of the lighting or due to the dusty environment, or a mix of both, but yeah, the video quality here is kind of bad, so yeah, that's about it. Moving on to this 3Q route over here. So this route is just pure creams, and it's so bad for my fingers that I just gave it one attempt and yeah, decided to move on. Another 3Q route over here. So one of the crux for me over here is to overcome this slopey hole that I'm holding right now. It was kind of difficult for me to get past that hole because there isn't too much grip on it. So I have to try to kind of stay low and maintain as much contact as possible. But after several attempts, I managed to get past that slopey hole and move on to the next. However, I just couldn't overcome the second last hole. I tried like several times, but I just couldn't catch that. So I decided to move on to the next route. So it was really challenging to navigate around these slopey holes, but I guess it was a good practice to get used to this kind of holes. And over here I was so close to the top hole, but yeah, that's as far as I can reach, so I decided to jump for it, and yeah, I missed it. Moving on to the next 3Q route here. And again, this damn circular hole, which I'm not a big fan of, but I think it's something that I have to work on as well. And after falling off miserably, I decided to move on to level 4. So this is the rooftop level. Over here they have some spray walls for you to climb, and at the outdoor there's the route as well. So surprisingly, it's still open during the winter season, and you bet it was cold AF. And the energy here was strong, people were cheering, and the route here looks interesting as well. Over here you can oversee the roads in Akihabara area. Yeah, so the overall vibes here are pretty good. And I gotta say, most of the route here are really cold to hold on to and quite slippery as well. And moving on to this slab route, this is probably one of the riskier route I have taken. Like I said, the holes here are kind of slippery, and doing slabs here probably is not the best idea. By the way, some part of this video will be speed up because I think this route took me about 3 minutes plus total. It was really a battle, but I'm glad I managed to top this. Over here, it looks kind of straightforward, but I can assure you that it feels really different on the wall. Maybe I'm just bad at slab, but the holes here are placed at a really peculiar angle, and it's very hard to stick to the wall, so I'm trying hard to not fall off, and I only have small little handholds to rely upon, and the footholds aren't the best as well. And over here I'm just trying to figure out how can I step up to the next hole, because the box is kind of small for me. But after some struggles, I managed to step onto the next hole and slowly stand up from that, and managed to top it, which is really nice. So after that I decided to go back to level 3 to complete my 3Q project, but they were rerouting the walls, so I couldn't. And that's it for my day 1 in Bouldrex Akihabara. Good afternoon everyone. So one day before I left Tokyo, I decided to come by Bouldrex Akihabara again to attempt some of my previous projects, as well as to try some new routes. And since this is my last day in Tokyo as well as last day climbing in Japan, I didn't record much because I just want to enjoy my last day here. Anyways, this is a 2Q slab route. It's an interesting one because it has a mix of coordination, balance, as well as a lot of pinchy holes. And the crux over here for me is this second last hole. However, after several attempts, I just can't bring my weight over to the left side. And yeah, this is probably one of the better attempts. Moving on to this 3Q purple route here. This is a physical one with very nasty creams and bad slopey pinch. And over here the cream is so bad I can't approach it too fast. I have to try to reach it statically as much as possible. So somehow I managed to catch it on my next attempt. And the next few moves are tricky because they are followed by all these small little holes which I have to grab onto. I feel like I can just slip out anytime here. But somehow I managed to overcome them and grab onto the last hole. But I messed up that match foot and I slipped. Feeling frustrated and hungry, I decided to go to the Lawson opposite the gym to grab some snack to eat and recharge. And back to climbing here. This was a 3Q project I left off from the previous session, which I came back to re-attempt again. And actually I'm making this route harder than this because I forgot that this was part of the blue color route. And yeah, the hole was so chalked up that I thought it was white color, so I was avoiding it. Could have been easier if I were to use that foothold. But I still managed to top it, which is nice. And that's it guys, I hope I have more days in Tokyo, but I'll definitely come visit again. With that said, see you in the next one. Cheers.